Okay, so here we are, November the 29th, Grey Cup Day. We're going to see Edmonton and Ottawa going to play. But while that game is on, we got work to do. So I have to drill out all of these metal plates. I cut them out earlier today with the electric bandsaw. And I also got to file the edges, and then I got to file the edges on these threaded rod, because the threaded rods are going to sit like that, and then the plates are going to sit on top of here, and we're going to have the magnets on top of here. Very powerful magnets. So we're going to have one magnet for each side, but I'll get more into that later. This is the new design. It's kind of like a horizontal Starflow design, but well, not really. It's more like a unified field multiplexer. So maybe that's what we'll call it. We'll just call it a unified field multiplexer and leave it at that. I'll get all these drilled out. I started out with 332s, and then I'll move it up to a bigger bit. We'll get a 3/8 drilled through there. So that's pretty much where it's at now. I'll get to it and get it all done. That's it for now. Okay, we're working on this again. I was able to tie in all these mounts to hold this magnet. You can see how it suspends the magnet. Let me see if I can get a better angle on it over here. Can't really see in between there, but the magnet suspends between the discs so that the disc can rotate and through the magnetic field. So that's basically that. I got the belt on here tied in, and that's all I got to do today is tie in all these wires into the commutator. So I'll do that, and I might put some epoxy on these washers and stuff just to help that commutator to not slide on that shaft. It would have been nice to be able to get something that was keyed, but well, when you don't have money, you kind of just got to make do. So we'll make do. This is the other one here. I sort of haven't got it all together yet, but it actually fit together better than I thought it was gonna. So we'll just get the other side done and get her all wired up and give it a test, and we'll see where we stand. And that's it for the UFM for today. Anyways, talk to you later. Okay, we're working on this again. I was able to tie in this commutator. I had to splice all these wires up and get them all tied into place. So at this point, what I'll do is test them out, make sure we got decent connectivity between all the coils that we need, and once that's been proven, then we can tape it up and tie it all down out of the way, so it can get ready to be run. So get working on that next. Yeah, I just wanted to add it that this design is what the good Lord has shown me what to do. So I'm just a set of hands to put it together. It really has nothing to do with my own thinking patterns, other than what the good Lord wants me to do to build it. So all the glory goes to the good Lord, and that's most important. Bye bye. Alright, so we're working on this again. I was able to assemble the brush system here that sits around this commutator. So I got it all mounted in there as best I could with these metal bars and his bolts and stuff. Kind of put an elbow on it there to give us some kind of adjustment on it. Kind of move the camera down, and let's see if we can get right in there on a shot. You can see it there. That's a pretty good shot, and then if I give it a spin, you can see that whoops, don't want to move this way there. It's a little crooked. Oh boy, this here's getting all hung up here. And then we'll just go like that. You can see how it kind of floats on there. I was looking at it seems to sit okay there, and then the other side
It's a little tighter. It's still loose though. It should be good enough for what we need. That's the way we load matched this generator to, well, we actually made the coils for the thrusters to match this generator. So I was gonna put double the coils in here, but that wouldn't have worked out because then we would have had the generator with twice as much load or twice as much internal resistance than the thrusters, and well, it just wouldn't have been as efficient. Hey, we would have put so much current through it, we would have probably burnt out the thrusters. So by going this way and matching them, then we know we got the best scenario possible. I can set it up so when you start to drive forward, then it will pitch forward, and then we'll be collecting some of the acceleration force as we go. How much of it, I don't know if it would even make a difference, but we might as well just collect as many forces as we can to start. And then when we go around a corner, it's going to want to roll a bit, so then we'll be getting some of the centripetal forces, so that'll be good. Then when we stop, hit the brakes, the whole unit will rock to the forward and we'll pick up the deceleration force. So as far as yaw goes, I don't know if we're going to have much yaw, but we will have pitch and roll. So that's probably the best way to explain it right there. So at least until we get this into a device, a device that can levitate, and then we can be concerned about pitch, yaw, and roll all together, and then how to contain each of them and use them to their maximum. And then we can have some machines that would fly very different than our current prehistoric dinosaur fixed wing aircraft that we have now. Another thing I incorporated on this too is with all these coil windings around here, I just tied with some wax string just to kind of keep everything a little bit tighter in there. So if it does actually work and we put it in use, we don't want these coils to vibrate within themselves. I didn't dip them in any type of varnish or synthite or anything like that, so they're just free coils, just taped. So after I get proof of concept, then we can look at building one and submerging it in a tank and then vacuuming out all the air and then doing all that. But at this point, this is just where it sits right now. So I'll kind of back up so you can see the whole device, and I'll back up some more here. Not much room in this little workshop here. I kind of got stuff all over the place, but there is the unified field multiplexer, at least at this stage anyways. So it is real exciting times, because if this thing works, well, oh my goodness, right? So, and then you can see the clearance I got between the disc and the magnets. You can see them there. I kind of go over here, get some more light on them there. So it's not too bad. It's a little bit, this side here is more than the other side. I don't know why. Probably the way these metal pieces are tipping, but because like when you bolt them and you put the magnet in there, they kind of pull together. So the other side is actually closer together than this side, but at this stage it's just gonna have to do, and that's all we can do. So okay, we're working on this again. I was able to give it a test run. She's producing 10 volts, 10 volts, 10 volts, and 10 volts. So that's not too bad. You take a look at this DC scan on it. She's looking really good. Look at that, eh? We'll switch it over to 2. It's not too bad at all. I mean, she's looking really good. That's sitting on 0.1, 10 milliseconds timing. It's a little bit spotty, but that's probably because of the brushes. So as you can see, she's still sitting pretty nice. Bring it up to some. Adjust this here. There's channel 1, and there's channel 2. There's a way to get both of them on here. Channel 1, channel 2, alternate. This is going to alternate between the channels.
2. There's channel 1. Let's bring that down a bit. You can see me switch between channel 2 and channel 1, and it looks like it's a pretty good flat line on it. Like 3 DC volts is looking really good. So it's a good base device. We'll try it. We'll go with it. See how it's all going to work out. Let's get some shots in here of it running. It's a little noisy and a little unbalanced, but what can you do, right? It's just going to have to work. Anyways, I'll shut it off, and that's it for now. Yeah, I just wanted to say one more thing. I'm powering this motor, this DC blower motor, with a computer power supply. So it's got lots of power, enough to keep it going with 30 amps if it needs. I think I got 34 amps with the maximum output on that power supply. So it'll be good enough to run this for now. And yeah, I really do like that output. That's looking really good. Looking really good. So. Channel 2, channel 1. Yeah, it's looking really good. Like, oh my goodness.